Yo, what's going on, Big Stepper? I need your help with something. I'm trying to figure out if I should get CallRail or not, right? So you know CallRail, it's the app or the website rather that allows you to get different phone numbers to contact people. Now, if you're not in real estate investing or a debt collector, you may be wondering, why do I need different phone numbers? Well, the thing is, when you're cold calling people, you really don't want these people to have your main phone number or they got access to you all the time. So what happens is, and also if you're in different markets, right? So what happens is, if you're able to get a phone or have a different number for your phone, then you can have one phone with 12 numbers. Yeah, I got a cracked screen, damn. But you can have one phone with 12 different numbers on it, right? So, hold on, my screen ain't that cracked, you can see it again. All right, one phone with 12 numbers. And what's the benefits of that? Well, like I previously mentioned, you can make sure that people you're calling, they don't have access to your main number. And also, if you're cold calling, then you can have different numbers and different area codes. So myself, back a few years ago, I used to have this CallRail app. I did a whole video about it. Yo, if you want to learn more about, CallRail. But today, I just need you to help me decide if I should sign up for CallRail or not, right?
Yo, what's up, steppers? Y'all saying, you know I be rocking.
So some of you steppers may not be aware, but I just relocated from Cincinnati, Ohio, down here to Tampa, Florida. Now, what brought me down here to Florida is that I'm now a real estate agent down here. And if you're not aware of that, then that means you're not watching Stepping with S2. And if you're not watching Stepping with S2, then what are you doing? Come on now. Go ahead and catch up on the latest episode and get to Stepping with S2. You know I gotta plug myself, of course, get to stepping. So go ahead and catch up on the latest episode and get to Stepping with S2, the real estate side of things. Go ahead and catch up on that. But I'm now down here in Tampa, Florida, doing the real estate investing side of things. But I'm an agent. However, my previous years of experience, which has been well documented, at least 3 years on camera, but 5 years in total of me doing wholesaling real estate, it basically intertwines perfectly with what I'm doing down here when it comes to the real estate agent side of things down here. So me being around people that's doing the same thing I'm doing, being around a great group of guys and ladies, gentlemen, whatever. But being around people, a group of steppers that's out here, getting to the deals. How it's supposed to be done. That basically just reignited my fuel to be able to refocus from the standpoint of getting CallRail and building up a group of steppers like yourself. I should sign up for CallRail or not, right? Now, this is the way I look at it. It's a free trial. What do I have to lose? But a lot has changed since the last time I made a video about CallRail, and that was about 2 years ago. Now, one of the biggest things that's changed is now they have cold calling systems, right? So like Autodialer and things like that. But now, let's say Autodialer, it now populates the actual phone number inside of the system. And not Autodialer. Autodialer doesn't do it, but there's other ones out there that won't be mentioned in this video because dang it! They ain't sponsoring me yet. Anyway, there's other ones out there that allow you to actually have the phone number inside of the cold calling system, right? So inside the Autodialer. Now, that being said, you're like, if you have that, what's the purpose of CallRail? Like, what's the purpose of even paying for CallRail? What's the purpose of any of this, right? Now, first thing first, CallRail does offer a free trial. So right now, I don't have CallRail. So we're about to go ahead and sign up for the CallRail free trial. We're gonna go through some pros and cons of, if we should get CallRail or not. I'm gonna take you guys through, because one thing that really takes the cake for CallRail, in my personal opinion, is the app, right? So CallRail has an app. CallRail has a legit app that's much like Google Voice, where you can make a number, so you can have all of your different numbers in this one app. So all your different numbers coded and everything in one app, and they call you just like they're calling your cell phone, right? So this way you don't need you don't need to make sure you're in a situation where you're having so I just looked at this damn text, oh my God. Anyway, you don't need to be in a situation where you're having to go back to your computer just to be able to call the person who calls you back. Now that's major, right? That's major. Like, I've never used any of the other ones, but there was some out there. Like, there was different, I believe Call Tools is one of them. There's a few different ones out there, but you have to go back to your computer in order to call, which is a major difference when you're able to just call right through your actual cell phone, and not only call through your cell phone, but actually access your data because you can go directly to the app. So we're gonna go ahead and get into all this today. Let's go ahead and sign up for the free trial first. Once we sign up for the free trial, we're gonna come back right here, go over some pros and cons, at least what I'm thinking, and then we're gonna decide at the end if I should even get CallRail or not, right? So again, they have a free trial. Let's go ahead and sign up. All right, steppers, so you can find a link to the free trial to CallRail right here in the actual video description. Now I do want to mention to you guys, CallRail, they did reach out to me. So they reached out after seeing the other video that I mentioned earlier, getting 12 numbers on one phone. They reached out a couple of months back and they said like, hey, if you get people to sign up, you know what I'm saying, we'll break you off a little something. And of course that goes to the channel, right? But check this out. I'm so like transparent with you guys that like they hit me up again like, hey, are you gonna make the video? I was like, you know what I'm saying, give me a minute, because I don't even know if I want to mess with y'all or not. I literally told him that. I'm joking. I didn't say any of that. but honestly, I did tell him that I'll do the video. But I'm gonna be transparent with you. I'm not gonna do the video just to do it. Like I'm really in the process of figuring out if I should sign up for CallRail again myself, right? So at this present moment, I'm actually considering getting CallRail again because personally, for myself, I enjoyed everything that came with it. I never went above the minutes. Like I was always within we're gonna break it down. Check this out, all right? So look, call tracking, they have all these different things that you can get. Call tracking complete, call tracking, form tracking, call tracking, conversion intelligence. This is the one that I had. It was $40 a month, just to be transparent with you guys. This is the one I actually have, but guess what? We signed up for free. For free. All right. So anyway, start a 14-day free trial. This is what we're gonna go ahead and do. So signing up, getting that 14-day free trial. Now from here, we're gonna input our information, right? So we're gonna go ahead and one thing I can say, I mess with them, bro. No credit card is required. And honestly, like this day and age, you got people like Stars, Hulu, you know what I'm saying? It used to be Netflix, but now it's Stars, Hulu, all these streams, they just taking advantage of us people, right? Like we supposed to be able to use a free trial and then use it again. I'm completely joking, bro. But in all seriousness, I'm not messing with Hulu or Stars no more. Like I was supposed to be able to use my free trial again. But right here, no credit cards required, guys. So if you want to do the little finesse and stuff, you can. But honestly, it's worth it in my opinion, right? I've had it before. Now I'm just trying to figure out if I should get it again. So this being said, you see the email right there, bang. You see my name right there, bang. What company I'm with? Come on, steps to success, bro. You know what's going on. All right, industry, you can select the industry. These are all the different industries that really use, you know what I'm saying, different numbers. Think about it. You advertising, you marketing, you're not calling from your personal phone. No, you're calling from a different number. It's probably an 888 if it's on some business, like some debt service stuff or something like that, right? Financial service. All these different people, they're going to want different numbers. So this is a whole heap of stuff. I only can speak from personal experience. That's why I told y'all in the beginning of the video, I'm trying to figure out as a, you know what I'm saying, real estate investor, if I need it. Do I want to get it again? You know what I'm saying? But you could be in education service, right? You could be a teacher. I don't know, right? You're a teacher. You want to have a business phone. You want to have your personal phone. You want to give your students access to you if you can text. I don't know if you guys can do that or not. Let me know if any teachers in there, you know what I'm saying, comment. Let me know if you're able to give students your personal. I don't think you should. That won't be right. That's not good. Anyway, healthcare, legal, manufacturing, real estate investor, real estate. So I'm going to go with real estate investor. Because although, you know, I'm an agent, I'm a real estate investor, you know what I'm saying? So that'll always be the reason I'm in real estate is for investing purposes, all right? So that being said, and I can't wait to explain to you guys more about what I'm actually doing, but just keep watching, get to stepping with us too, you'll see that. But anyway, let's make a password. So our password is gonna be, what's up? It's like, that's not gonna be what's up. Let me make this. All right, so I just created an account. I'm about to go ahead and click the button right now. Now, once I do this, I'm gonna let y'all know I can't reshoot this again, right? So this is gonna be all fresh, all fresh footage. I can't reshoot this part again. All right. Oh no! Oh, I didn't even realize I was recording. All right, so we just clicked that button. So real quick though, I want to actually go back. So you see that what pops like start free trial, chat with the human, We go click start a free trial and it chats. I'll redirect you to your sign up page just a moment. All right, so we just, this is the sign up page or whatever, but I want to go back here to pricing. I gotta take the deep dive a little bit more for you guys. So this right here is what's included. So this right here is what's actually included in your $40 a month package, right? So I realized that we didn't do the deep dive, so that's my bad. Right here, you see you get 5 local numbers. Now, what does it mean by local numbers? So local numbers mean that whatever area code you want them to be, right? So, just put it into perspective. Right now, like I said, I'm living down here in Tampa, but I'm still doing deals in Cincinnati, Dayton, and you know what I'm saying? So that's 937-513 area code. The area code down here, the main one anyway, is 813 and like 727, right? So let's just say I had an 813 area code, and then I'm calling people in Cincinnati with a 513 area code, right? That's like the miss up. But just to be transparent with you guys, I've been calling people down here with my 513 area code, because when you like working with Google Voice or anything like that, you only can sign up for one number at a time, because only one number can be connected to your account, right? And that's how you actually, when it comes to Google Voice, having that one number is how you actually gain access to being able to have a fake number, or being able to have a different number. That's the difference between a Google Voice and a CallRail, right? So remember, with Google Voice, you have one local number. That number is wherever you want it to be throughout the United States, right? So if you're in Cincinnati, you can have a 513 area code, right? Or say you're in, I don't know, let's say Arizona. Arizona, I believe, was 602. So say you're in Arizona, I was in Arizona, I did a 602 area code when I was calling out there, although all of my numbers were, my actual number being my business phone and my personal phone has a 513 area code, but I was able to call 602. So being able to increase my conversion ratio, just because if you're a seller, you gotta think from a seller point of view, or think from whoever your prospect or prospective client is, right? If you're in sales, you wanna be able to build familiarity, right? So one of those familiarity kind of walls that you're breaking down is being able to first realize that, hey, this is somebody that's calling me from where I live at, right? Somebody that's calling me from my city, maybe I should answer. Versus if it's like, you're out in Arizona and you're living in Arizona and somebody's calling you from Cincinnati, Ohio. You're like, where Cincinnati? I've never been in Cincinnati. Who called me from Cincinnati? You feel what I'm saying? So it's the same thing no matter where you at. So faithfully, you understand what I mean by, or what this means by 5 local numbers, right? So when it comes to local minutes, this means that you have 250 minutes, right? And when it comes to minutes, they're counting them by your outgoing and your ingoing, right? So anytime you get on the phone, that's like minutes, and it's literally counting by minutes. So you remember when they used to have the Nokias and all that? Like, it's the same exact thing. Like the Nokia phone, you buy a minute card, it's the same exact thing as that. If you run over in your minutes, you will be charged. Now that charge, it does let me see, attribution. Man, that charge is really, it's nominal. It's not a lot. I believe it was like, I want to say, oh, there it is, 5 cents. There it is, 5 cents each, right? Or 0.05 cents. So yeah, it's like 0.05 cents. So basically, each minute you go over 250 minutes, you're now paying 0.05 cents, which means that, let's do some math. That means you need 20 minutes to equal 1 actual cent. Yeah, to equal 1 actual cent. So it's not a lot, but if you're on a phone, it quickly does add up. So here's the good thing. I want to just give you guys a little bit of perspective. Say you're a real estate investor like myself, right? You're using CallRail. You have CallRail. The reason why you're going to use CallRail at all, right, is because you're not going to be running over this 250 minutes if you're cold calling. So if you're on the phone, let's say 250 minutes is what? That's about 4 hours, 4 hours and 10 minutes. So 4 hours and 10 minutes. So say for us cold callers, us people that's out here on the grind, stepping, if we're cold calling, we can easily call 5 hours in a day, easily, right? So if we're calling 5 hours in a day, we've already ran over our minutes, right? Wrong, because this is where it comes through at, right? So when you're using your actual, your dollar system, when you're using your dollars, you're able to input the number, but the numbers don't count. The number doesn't count until you actually have, actually get a call back to the number itself. Because when you're calling, like, don't forget, and please let me know if I'm going over your head right now. If I'm going over your head right now, I'm gonna slow it down. I'm gonna slow it all the way down for you, right? I can talk too fast sometimes. So check this out. If you have 250 minutes, you have an outgoing call. Let's say you're, let's just say 813-555-5555. That's your actual number that you've inputted to be called back at, right? Or to be calling out, to be actually cold calling. Now, what happens is when you're calling throughout your actual Autodialer system, and this works, many different ways. It doesn't have to just be with the Autodialer. But if you're calling through the Autodialer system, you're not actually using the minutes that's provided on here. Because you're on the Autodialer. So the minutes get used when they call you back. So when they call you back, or if you make an outgoing call directly from your app, then the actual minutes start counting. So I'm just trying to make this abundantly clear for you guys, because that's something with myself that's like, it was something that I had to make clear, because it was like, why would I even get this if I'm about to call for 4 hours and I'm gonna run through 250 minutes? But it doesn't work like that. Like, it doesn't work like that at all. So again, this 250 minutes, it only counts when you call directly from your number via the app, or you're getting a call back on that number. So if you are cold calling, people are calling you back, then it's gonna start counting because it's going directly to the number, versus when you're cold calling, it's going through the system. So if you faithfully, that makes sense. That's the best way I can explain it. But just know, if you're a cold caller, you're not going to call for 5 hours using your CallRail number, and you're going to run out of minutes. They're not clocking any of those minutes. But when they call you back, then those minutes begin to get clocked. Or if you make a direct call directly from the app, then those minutes begin to start counting down, right? These 250 minutes, they're counting down when you make a direct call directly from your number, or if you're getting a call directly to your number, not if you're on the Autodialer. I made it abundantly clear. I believe that my point got across there, okay? So now let's go ahead and open up our free trial. So our free trial, and this is, my bad, last thing, text messages. The text messages, so you don't get those, I guess, you don't get those until after the trial. But you get 100 text messages, and it's the same exact thing. So if you go over a local minutes, toll-free minutes, and toll-free is the 888. That's what that means, like 888. So your local is going to be like your 937-513-813. You know what I'm saying? 413, 602, 913, 313. All those different area codes, they are going to be a local numbers, counting for local minutes, right? So if you needed to add a local number, you needed more than 5, you want to do $3 each for that number. Now it's important to note that when you actually have the number, right? So say you have 5 numbers. Now when you're cold calling, you're burning through those numbers, right? So when a number is burned, you know what that means, right? If not, I'm gonna break it down for you. So if you burn the number, right? The number's burned. That means that you've used it so much, like you've used this outgoing call number so much, that now it's popping up as spam when you call people. So now when you call people, although you may have the same area code as them, it's gonna show as spam likely. So you showing as spam likely, that's gonna decrease your conversion ratio as far as you making 100 calls. Instead of 25 of them getting answered, now it's going to be like 10 of them are getting answered, and they're going to be answering you like, man, who the calling me, bro? I'm tired of you spammers calling me, right? They're going to be upset. So once that happens, once the number is officially burned, you're now in a situation where you need to sign up for a different number, right? See that local number is 5. So say you got 3 numbers, now 2 numbers are burned. Now you need to go ahead and sign up for a different number, right? So now I know what you're thinking. Yeah, I know what you're thinking before you thought it. I know what you're thinking. Now you're thinking like, okay, wait a minute, D. If I have to sign up for a different number, then where does that leave my callbacks, right? Now my people that's calling me back, what number are they going to be calling if I've just, burned that number and it's now officially torched, right? Now this is where the good part come in. When you're calling and you got your whole system set up how it needs to be set up, right? And like I said, I'm getting back to my roots, setting up things, right? But when you got your system set up how it needs to be, you now keep 2 different numbers, like say just using the 5 one. You keep 2 or 3 different numbers that you're cycling through. So if you're, if you in one area code, right? So like, the way it'll work down here in Tampa is like, let's just stick right here with Tampa, right? So in Tampa, I'll use an 813 area code when I'm cold calling outbound, right? So one of my numbers might be 813-556-6789, right? So that's one of my numbers. Now that number right there is going to be my burner number, right? That's the number that I'm calling on. Now what will happen is I'll leave a voicemail. And my voicemail, it'll be pre-recorded, right? So you just tap the button. The button that you press, now you're leaving a different callback number. So that callback number is going to be one of your non-burners, right? This is going to be the one that you actually conduct business with your clients, right? So not your outgoing calling number. This is going to be the one where you're texting them and saying, hey, when can I set up the meeting? When can I set up the walkthrough? I'm gonna visit, this time, this day. Hey, this is our offer. This is the one you're actually communicating with them on. So therefore, when they call that number back, even if the number is burned, then at that point they need to listen to the voicemail, right? If they listen to their voicemail, then they'll be in a situation where they're recognized like, okay, this number isn't working. Let me call this number that they left on the voicemail. Because you're going to call from one number, but the number you leave on the voicemail will be a completely different number than the number that you're calling outbound on. Faithfully, that makes sense for you guys. Like I said, man, that really is that covers, the bulk of everything right there. Understand more, 16 cents each. 0.016 cents each when it comes to text messages. 8 cents. Oh my God, 8 cents. Guys, I was saying it wrong there. This is 5 cents. Bruh, I can't even take myself serious. All right, now let's go ahead and get to the nitty gritty, man. I wanna take you guys and actually show you a bit of the interface. And we're going to keep this short and sweet, short and concise. I just want to show you a bit of the interface when it comes to CallRail, all right? So created numbers, what you want to go to. Now, they're playing games right now, huh? Yeah. All right. Oh, there it is. It popped up. Thank God for the save. All right. What? All right, Stepper. So here we are. We had to get our account verified. So once you actually sign up for the free trial, it's going to take a little, couple seconds, couple minutes or whatever for them to verify your account and get it out of the actual pending stage of things, right? So we were pending, now we're verified. So let's go ahead and click our email address and they log us in right away, as you can see. So now once you're logged in right away, here you are. So this is to be transparent with you guys, it looks a bit different than when I first signed up a couple years back. I haven't used this in a while, so I'm still getting acquainted with this myself. I did shoot this and then for whatever reason it didn't record, but it's gonna record this time. So anyway, here we are. That's why you see the one call. I just did this because it didn't record, but I'm gonna go ahead and run through this again real quick, all right? So this is the main page, and again, we're gonna take a deep dive on all this, but right now I just wanna do a quick, quick gloss over it just to show y'all what it's about. So the activity, again, this is that call. I just literally set this up, and none of it recorded, so I'm going to go ahead and just run it through. This is reports, cost per lead, all of your data that you need, We're going to run through all this, but right now I want to actually set up a number with you guys, right? So I'm going to take you through setting up a number in a call flow, and then we'll go ahead and figure out, if this is something we should continue using or not. So let's go ahead and do this first, and then we'll get back to, figure out if this is something we want to use or not, right? So create. So the first thing you want to do is to decide what you want to create. You can have different users, as I mentioned to you guys, one of my big goals is to be able to have a team of steppers, right? So that'll mean that you being able to have users and being able to have different people that manage your accounts, right? So tracking, custom reports, different tags, and those tags can look like different areas that you're working in. But now let's go ahead and go to the phone number. We're going to create a phone number. Now creating a phone number, you have to decide if it's something you want to use online or offline. What's the importance of this? Well, if you're using it online, there's going to be different metrics that you're tracking, right? So if you're using it online, this means you're using it on your website or stuff like that. You want to be tracking how many people clicked it and where did they get this phone number from, right? Did they click it from my website, my YouTube channel, my social media? Where did they get it from? So this is what this means right here. I'll use it offline. So using it offline means that, you're just using it offline for cold calling or anything like that. So this is what we're going to select, offline. Now you're going to put your numbers that you're routing to. Now my number's already in here because you can, like I said, have multiple phone numbers, right? So I have multiple calls routed to one single number. Keep that in mind. That's how you get that, 12 numbers on one phone. All these calls going to the same number. All these phones, like all the numbers, all the calls are going to the same phone, your main phone. Number setup. Let's go ahead and set it up. So this is the toll free that I was explaining to you guys. So toll free is 888-866, all those kind of things. Now it can go local to your area code of your phone number, right? So if your area code is a 513, then it's local there. Now you can also choose. Now this is going to be for the purpose, I believe 404 is, I'm not sure what that is. Let's go 813. 440 is Atlanta, right? Yeah. 813 is the Tampa metro area, right? So you can actually name this number as well. So I'm going to name it Tampa Business 2, just because, other one, yeah. So Tampa Business 2, this is the number. Remember, you can have 5 numbers all going to that same one, just based off the $40 a month plan. But the importance of naming your number is because when somebody's calling, you can see exactly who's calling based off what number, right? Because you can have one number that's 813, you can have another one that's 305, right? So that's the Miami market. So 305 Miami, and then you got 813 for Tampa Metro, and then you can have 513 for Cincinnati, and a 937 for a Dayton area, right? So this is what this looks like as far as choosing your number for that specific area. So we're going with this 813 number. Don't call me because I'm not gonna answer. Like I'm not. So here you guys go. This call will be recorded for quality assurance. So this is if you decide to be able to give them the notice that they're recording the call. Being transparent with you guys, most states, and I can't say most actually, but the states that I've done business in, which is Ohio, Florida, and Arizona, those states are one-party states, meaning that only one person has to be notified that the phone call is being recorded. So this means that if you and I are talking on the phone, either I need to know that the phone call is being recorded or you need to know that the phone call is being recorded. That means that you don't have to tell me and I don't have to tell you if I'm recording this phone call. So this means that you don't have to put this message here. And to be transparent with you guys, you probably don't want to put this message here because personally, a person like me, I'm not going to talk to you if I know you're recording the call. I don't sit right with me. I don't want you to record my calls. Especially if I'm calling a person and not a legit company. And even if I'm calling a company, it depends on why I'm calling, if I want them to have my phone call recorded. So the legal note they give you is basically says the same thing. Some jurisdictions require both parties to consent. And basically that's what it is. Some do, some don't. We're not going to select this because we're here in Florida and Florida is a one-party state. So this whispers a message. Whisper the message means that, again, like this call from Tampa Business 2, you can see it on your phone because the app, right? This is, again, with me, with CallRail, what sets them apart is their app. I love the app. So being able to have the app, you'll be able to see your business, which line they're calling, so you'll know who you're getting business from, but also they can play a message. And here's the message.
Call from Tampa Business 2.
So you know you're getting a call from Tampa Business before you answer it. So this is the only person that hears this whisper is the person, the person that's receiving the call, okay? So now we're going to go ahead and activate the tracking number. So now we're officially activated. Now we have to figure out how we're going to set up a call flow, right? So you got notifications, install JavaScript, a whole bunch of stuff we're not going to get into right there. But call recording, we have that off, but that actually can be on as well. So that call recording. So to get deeper with it, if you need to do a call recording, you would set it up right here, enable. So now all calls are being recorded. So now every call that you get is going to be recorded, okay? So now let's go back to our numbers. Now, I've already set up a deal flow, but I want to set you guys up to it. But just so you know, for calls to, you can, once you got a deal flow already set up, you can just select it right here. But this is the line right here, so I'm going to go ahead and edit it. So me editing it, it allows me to now, all right, so we're going to set up a call flow. I'm setting it up this way, you'll see how it all connects. I got to go ahead and get stepping, guys. My battery about to die. All right, so look, call flow, what would you like to happen first? They give you different ones, but basically you got it where it can be many different ways as far as how you set it up. You can set it up with a dial, you can set it up with a greeting, you can set it up however many different ways, but I'm gonna go ahead and just get right to this stuff with you. So what it is, you wanna set it up with a greeting would be like if you wanted to have a greeting play first, right? This call is quality assurance.
This call will be recorded for quality assurance.
And then you can go dial. So now the phone call is being forwarded to the number, your actual forwarding number, right? So now the voicemails, if you got to press 1. So what happens is if you don't hit this button, then you're going to be able to, as soon as they call the number, it'll only go directly to voicemail. It won't go and actually ring the number, right? So when you press this, now on your behalf, you have to press 1 to answer the call within 20 seconds. This is how long the phone number actually rings, okay? So that's what that means. And then from here, you'll go voicemail. So
Thank you for your call. Please leave a message.
you can have that, or you can have a recording. So you can actually record it yourself, what you want to have. But I'm going to go ahead and say thank you for your call. Please leave a message, and a team member will get back to you shortly. And then say, until then, as always, get to stepping. Get to stepping. Get to stepping. Get to, if we're gonna do it, we gotta do it right, you know what I'm saying? Hey, thank you for calling. So thank you for calling, you know what I'm saying? They call them the business. Boom. Now this is what they'll hear.
Thank you for calling Steps to Uckus. Please leave a message and a team member will get back to you shortly. Until then, as always, get to step and get to step and get to step and I ain't.
Hey! Yes, all right, there it is, guys. So once that's set up, now keep in mind, we're not going to have a greeting. So I'm actually going to delete this, but I just want to show you how it looks. So I'll delete that step. And we're going to save this. And we're going to name this real quick, Tampa Flow Deals 2. Save it. Now saving that is going to allow us to decide, do we want to have it to our 2 or 1, right? Which call flow do we want to assign this to? Remember, you can have 5 different numbers on the plan that I suggested that you guys, you know what I'm saying, try the free trial for. 5 different numbers, so that means you can have ample different call flows, right? Ample of them, but you can likely have 5 ones to attach to each different one if you decided to. So Tampa Business 2, go ahead and sign that. Now, when they call that number, they want to be assigned that call flow. That's all that means, right? So this is the call flow. We can go to tracking. So as you can see, Tampa Business 2 is assigned to this one. Tampa Business 1, if I wanted to switch it, I can just switch it like that. And now this Tampa Business will receive this call flow, okay? That's it for you guys, right? So now, like I said, we're gonna get a deep dive into all of this, a huge deep dive into all of this. You know what I mean? But right now, that's all you guys need to know to go ahead and get started. There is a different flows that I could walk you guys through. Where's my batteries on 4%? My battery on 4%, guys. Look, let's go ahead and get back over here. You know what I'm saying? Figure out the pros and cons. Should we sign up to this? Let's figure it all out, man. Until next time, as always. All right. Now for what you all been waiting for, the official review, the final experience. Should I get CallRail? This is up for the committee. You know what I'm saying? Up for all y'all. What do you think? Should I get CallRail? Give you a few seconds to think about it. Yeah. All right. You ready? So I'm thinking personally, what you come up with? I don't know what you came up with, but personally, I have CallRail, right? So I just got a free trial, and from me having CallRail right now, and going through and just seeing all the benefits and knowing everything that it can provide, and thinking, it really just brought back a whole train of thought on why I got it in the first place. I'm going to finish this free trial out. I'm also going to do another video to, actually show you guys more on how to set up things as far as setting up your call flow, setting up your system, setting up all these things, just to give, myself a refresher and also you a refresher on how to actually use CallRail itself. But, based off everything I just showed you guys, and us right now, we're going through the free trial together right now, right? We both going through this. So us going through this free trial, everything I just showed you, personally, I feel like I should get CallRail again. It's just $40 a month. You get 5 free numbers separate from a Google Voice number, and also 250 minutes and the call flow. And then when it comes to, it depends on heavily how your business is set up, right? I want to make it abundantly clear also that this isn't just with real estate. Again, I only speak from personal experience. That's just who I am. I'm seriously contemplating getting CallRail. That's why it really lined up perfectly as far as me doing this video and just refreshing my memory and all that again. But truth be told, like CallRail can go from so many different industries, because you have to realize that you're basically having 12 numbers on one phone. You're able to have multiple numbers on one phone. So like the school teacher example, you're a school teacher, you know what I'm saying? You're able to still operate on your one phone, but maybe you give the parent, instead of giving them your personal number, you give them your teacher number, right? And that'll be a category within all the different companies that you have. And I'll show you guys that more. All right, so that being said, guys, yeah, like you being able to actually have everything that I showed you, all the benefits, to me is worth it personally. But again, it depends on how your business is set up. The only reason it's worth it for me is because what I just gave you, right? Me as a real estate investor, me being able to cold call, again, hopping on the dollar again, hopping on a triple line dollar, getting these outbound calls. I do business, and I'm blessed enough to do business in multiple different cities, multiple different areas, work with partners that live in, you know what I'm saying, across the country, Arizona, California, and Nevada. So me working with people out there, me living in Tampa, me doing deals in Cincinnati, Dayton, and also me, you know what I'm saying, really getting my big stepper shoot print down here in Florida, because long term, I enjoy Florida. I like the market down here. This is where I imagine myself, you know what I'm saying, doing, at least expanding to a different market. I'll always do deals in Cincinnati. I'll always do deals in Dayton. I'll always do deals in Ohio. That's just how it's gonna work, right? But now it's about expansion. It's about building a team. It's about having a network of individuals. So all of that plays into me being able to have CallRail, right? Because, you know, that's just me and my vision. I imagine steps to success. We got different people, partners, agents, all type of stuff around the country, nationwide, and they all can go through one system. Meaning that we get a call, you know, us all calling. I have one person that's answering inbound calls from all my cold callers, right? Because we have only one number that we're leaving as the voicemail. So that means that we have to have an inbound caller. But I can have several people cold calling, right? And also I can flip out their different numbers. I can always, if the number's burned, get a different number just by deleting that past number. So all of these things, like it fits my system. It fits me, big vision. This is why, you know, I'm talking to you from the heart, right? So this isn't me sitting back thinking like how to sell you, like nah, like I'm only giving you guys this like game and this perspective because it's real life tied to, you know what I'm saying, what I'm actually doing in my real life business. So faithfully, this helps you decide if it's for you or not. Again, you got the perspective of a real estate investor. You might be somebody in health, and even in health centers and like stuff like that, they're making cold calls. Like all you guys making cold calls. So click that link in the description if you are looking to go ahead and sign up for CallRail. And this is just like the free trial part of it, right? So I haven't walked you guys through what to do yet as far as setting up your call flows and all those different things, but I will get to that. We'll approach all of these, and it's not approach. My vocabulary is pretty good, but right now it went blank. I must be getting, I don't know what's going on. We'll touch on it. We're going to touch on it, right? So we're going to touch on all that. We're going to touch on it from the perspective of the call flows, from the perspective of the app itself, because the app is a big thing, man. I was out there answering calls on Camelback Mountain from my CallRail number. Like I've done all this before. This is me coming back to it. So this is why it's dope me being able to give y'all a full 360. And also being able to check myself, like, dang, this is what I want to do again. Like I was just doing it. But yeah, answering calls on Camelback Mountain, freaking 5,000 feet up in the air, however high in the air I was. And the app would work, right? And I can't just be keeping it real with y'all. Like sometimes the app did crash. And I can say this though. The app would crash in the middle like of me like about to call somebody, the app would crash. If I'm on the phone with them, the app did not crash. If I called them back, like after like if I make an outgoing call, then the app crash, like on the first ring or something, if I go and call them back, it's gonna work. I can say I've never been locked out of the app when it comes to CallRail, but let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Like I said, we're gonna touch on all these different avenues, all the different, my aim is to give you guys a full spectrum dose of CallRail, just so you can figure out if you want to use it. As I'm figuring out if I want to use it again, right? Because like I got the 14-day free trial now. I'm gonna go ahead and do what I need to do with it just to figure out if it's something I need to incorporate into my business, long-term, big vision. I already told y'all the big vision. So me being able to figure out like, all right, will CallRail suffice for my overall big vision? We're gonna figure all that out together, but there's a few more things that we gotta actually touch on before it's all said and done. So until then, man, click that link in the description. I'm saying, ladies, gentlemen, if you like CallRail, if you like the idea of signing up, click that link in the description. Yes, some of your proceeds do go to us being able to get a videographer, right, for these videos. So me being able to, you know what I'm saying, grow steps to success, and keep giving you guys amazing advice, amazing knowledge. Like this is something that I would watch. So that's why I try to create it from the perspective like would I watch it? And yeah, I would watch it, but I don't know, maybe I just would watch it because it's me. I'm messing around. As always, man, this has really been fun. I haven't did a video like this in a minute, so this was fun. Man, as always, you know what to do. Get the snap. Hey.